Sacred Insights 101. Ready to do your reading for July. The very first card that you got is Commander Ashtar. And he's talking about a call to action. He says, take charge, lead by example, and walk your talk. Very powerful, Ashtar. He's wanting you to feel into his energy and how powerful he is. And the word he really wants you to get is commanding. Commanding and leading by example. Those are the main messages from Commander Ashtar. He really wants you to hear commander and lead by example. That's the first card. The second card that you got came right next to him is from Bridget, talking about inner strength. Move back to wholeness and recognize that you have the power. Recognize that you have the power yourself. So others may recognize it in you. As a commander, as a leader, others may recognize that you have the power, but this whole reading is about you recognizing your own inner power. Yeah. He's talking about taking charge, leading by example, walk your talk, and she's saying that to do that, that first, before this can happen, they're wanting you to recognize your own inner power. So it's almost like the rest of the reading is geared towards you recognizing your inner power so that you can take this role here. Because this is like, you guys, this is what you feel like to me. And you know what's funny is the cards took forever to come out. It was almost like your energy was going, okay, but no, I don't want to go inside with this emotional stuff. Emotional inner stuff was really strong. Like there was just this huge sort of pushback where you guys just kind of don't want to look at it, is what it felt like. And it's powerful. It was powerful. The cards were just taking a very long time to jump out because your frequency, your energy was pushing against it like, no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear about emotional inner healing. But that's what this is about in order to really embody this. Like truly embody it from the inside, from your inner strength coming up. Coming from the inside and out. And so we have Raziel is helping with some spiritual understanding. He's telling me that this is happening at night. So he's saying that there are a lot of downloads coming for you at night when your body is sleeping. He's bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. The spiritual truth that you do have the power within you to command and be a great leader and recognize your own power and strength. Yeah. And so they're asking you, so it's like this guy's giving you some downloads at night, and also Jeremiah is asking you to take inventory of your life in order to find this inner strength. Take inventory of your life. Look at your life. Look at, look at your life. Let's see what he says. Take inventory of your life. Resolve to change or heal anything that's unbalanced. Yeah, so we're looking at healing. And the very next card is emotional healing. This card feels very profound. It feels kind of big. And I'm getting that word because the very next card is generations. And they want me to show you how this sort of snake is just all wrapped up in the hands of your ancestors, of this ancestral, ancestral generations of healing, kind of asking for, needing healing. Generations of needing healing with this snake just intertwined every which way, right? Need some emotional healing in the coming from your ancestors. It's generational. And so big because it feels like it goes back a long way, it goes back lifetimes, it goes back through your family many generations. Now here's the good news about that. The good news about that is that sometimes, you know, one little type of healing could unravel this snake, you know, 3 different ways. You know, you can get that domino effect when it's ancestral. That's the good news about it. Big feels in terms of healing a little bit, actually heals a lot, is sort of this domino effect, as this is one unit. So the snake is intertwined, so it looks complicated, so it feels big, because this snake is intertwined with many hands, and yet it's one snake. Does that make sense? If you were to just pull that snake out of there, it heals everyone in one swoop. So it's big, but it can be quick. Big, but it can be quick. Does that make sense? And that makes sense to me too, because he is saying, you know, call to action, it's like right now. See, and there's an airplane. You're talking about taking off. Call to action. Taking charge, leading by example. Taking charge, being the commander. Right? And leading by example, they're asking some of you to recognize your inner strength. Take on this emotional healing. Heal. Do a life review and heal anything that's out of balance as a way of taking action and leading by example. You will inspire other Aries to do the same thing. So it feels like Aries in general does not, you know, not crazy about this emotional healing. So, you know, so you be the Aries that leads by example, is what they're saying. Embody this in terms of dealing with this emotional healing, working on your inner strength and recognizing who you are, recognizing your inner power, leading by example. Okay? You also have a little bit of help. So we have the White Tara is saying that your sensitivities are increasing, and that's true too. You know, across the planet and the cosmos, sensitivities are increasing. You are becoming increasingly sensitive to lots of things, and she's saying to avoid harsh environments, avoid harsh relationships, situations, and chemicals. Like avoid anything harsh right now. That will help. And you know, if you are having increased sensitivity to, you know, this feels big too. This feels really powerful. When your sensitivities increase, it affects everything, because it's happening on a cellular level. So all of your senses get amplified. Some of you may be experiencing this. All of your senses get amplified. So your vision changes a little bit. Your taste for different foods you've been eating for a long time, all of a sudden they just don't agree with you anymore. Loud noises, bright lights, you know, mean people or loud, obnoxious environments can suddenly get very uncomfortable. And for you guys, a fire sign, that would kind of rock your world a little bit. That would rock you a little bit. So it's okay if you're experiencing some of these changes in your sensitivities, in your senses. It's okay. It's actually a sign of ascension. So it's okay. And so her advice is, if that's happening for you, then for now, until your body settles into the higher frequencies of this higher sensitivity, your body will adjust to it. It will adjust to it. It will adjust. And so while you're in the amplification of the sensitivities, yeah, some of these things can be challenging. So avoid harsh environments, avoid bright lights, you know. Just be mindful, if this food doesn't agree with you, what looks good to you now? Things might be shifting in that area as well. And also Haniel is saying to notice the moon cycles. Haniel is an archangel who's typically about sensitivities, being sensitive and honoring that you're sensitive. And she is offering to notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize on these cycles. So yeah, the moon goes in cycles, right? Full moon, new moon, different things. And those, when it's in a full moon, there's a certain frequency on the planet, and when it's a new moon, it's a slightly different frequency on the planet that affects everyone slightly differently. So she's asking you to be mindful of the moon, like just kind of notice that if these sensitivities to, you know, harsh environments, chemicals, people, sounds, noises, foods, if these are feeling really harsh to you on a particular day, notice where the moon is. Notice where the moon is to help you, sort of guide you in sort of as things progress, you know, that it will pass. Notice then when it goes to the next kind of moon, things might be easier for you. Watch the moon cycles, because that changes the frequency on the planet as we change from the inside. We also have Mother Gaia is nourishing you. She's saying get out into nature, and she will just envelop you and nurture you through this emotional healing. Yeah, it might be really, really good for you to get outside. So with your fire energy, you know, go for a walk, get some movement. But outside in nature is going to be really nice for you. It's not harsh, right? Out in nature is very calm and soothing. So notice the colors, and it's just quiet and peaceful, and you can breathe. You can breathe out there. It's nice and quiet. They're also suggesting that you create a sacred space. I mean, look at this. This reading goes on with just things that can help you manage the higher sensitivities that are occurring, to reach deeper into these wounds for this huge emotional healing, so that you can recognize your inner strength, so that you can be an example, a role model, taking your role as the commander, walking your talk, and being the leader that you are. So another way to help, you know, the thing that can help you do all that is creating a sacred space. And so this card is perfect for you guys too, because she's talking about creating a sacred space. This could be a space in your home. It could be finding some place in nature that feels like this to you, where you can just breathe and get away from all the harsh environments. You can breathe out in nature. And so one sacred space might be a really neat spot that you like out in nature, under a particular willow tree, or out in a meadow, something like that. She's also saying to visit a power place. Mount Shasta, Sedona, Glastonbury, right? So if you'd like to take an action, if that feels more comfortable to you than just sort of sitting under a tree, if that doesn't feel like, okay, that wouldn't do it for you, you might take a trip, if you can, to a sacred space. They're very powerful, and the frequency comes from the earth. So the frequency from the earth affects your frequency and can help you line up, and lining up to your inner strength. It's inner. It's cellular. It's frequency. It's vibration. right? And so a sacred place on Mother Earth, you notice these are coming right together. A sacred, divine, sacred place on Mother Earth could be really great, because you don't really have to do much but just be there and maybe notice, you know, have an awareness. And while he's giving you downloads at night, he wants to come back and say, you'll notice, you know, your awareness is increasing as well as your sensitivities. Your awareness of your sensitivities is increasing. And so just to be in a sacred place where the frequency is what it is will affect your frequency as well and help to line you up without you having to do anything but just be there. Does that make sense? Another one, the angels are saying, you know, for some things, just let it go. Just say, you know what, Spirit, can you just take this, please? Because I have enough to do. This is too hard. Can you just take some of this, please? And they will. They will. They'll take some of it for you. You also got the Love Heals Fear card. And this card is coming up right underneath this one. So they kind of go together. They really wanted to go together because both of them are talking about power. Okay, so Bridget and the inner strength is saying that recognize you have the power, and then this one says it's the power of your love can help bullies and angry people to be less afraid. So bullies and angry people, you have the power with your love, your powerful love frequency. As your sensitivities increase, what that means is that your frequency is rising. And the faster that you're, you know, vibrationally faster is the love. Love frequency is as high as it gets. So as you're increasing your love frequency. The love frequency is increasing. And so you have the power with your love to help heal others who are angry and in fear, and again, as being the commander and a leader and a role model and taking charge as a healer and helping people. Your love, the power of your love heals, and you have the power within you to do that. And that's huge. That's huge. Fear is a number one fundamental emotion across humanity. And if you can heal that, it feels big. Huge. Healing fear is so big. And if you can do that yourself, in your own life, within your own self, then take this role as a role model for others. You can heal, I'm not even kidding, millions of people with fear. And it's huge. Fear is like fundamental everywhere. They're also talking about flowers. So this card says that something's happening in the spring, but this card is coming up for the image. They're actually saying, okay, never mind about the words. Never mind the words, just look at the picture. So this card is coming to support this card, talking about flower power. Flowers also have an extremely high frequency, and she's got a little basket, looks like little bubbles in there, and they're talking about the scent, the smell of flowers has a frequency that when you smell it, and again, your sensitivities are increasing, all of them, including smell, right? Smell, sight, touch, taste, all your senses. So as your smell is increasing, there's that airplane again. Okay, he wants to come back. He wants to come back. This airplane is right overhead for you to take charge. To take charge. Be the role model. Lead by example. Okay, so the flowers. Back to the flowers. So the smell of flowers can also help with lining up your frequency with the higher frequency that's coming into your body anyway. Does Does that make sense? So it's almost like the frequency is coming on the planet and it's affecting everyone, and it's affecting you guys right now. It feels like for some of you with all of your senses, and so it can be challenging. So there's all of these ways that you can sort of help line up your body's frequency with the higher frequencies that are coming in, and it will help your body adjust to it faster. Does that make sense? Because this call to action is like now. It's like now. All of this is July, so this can happen in 1 month. Okay, this is exciting now. I'm getting excited. I'm feeling excited. You guys getting excited now? I'm feeling excited. So, like, yeah, this is good news. This is really exciting. So if you are experiencing this, you have all these ways to help your body adjust to it faster so you can take this role. And it's inner. Frequency is inner. Your senses are your body. It's inner, right? So you're lining up with this. It's wonderful. So flower essences can be found sometimes locally in some like health food stores, or I've seen them in like crystal shops and stuff. They're usually like in little vials. Different flowers have a different frequency, and so they're asking you to go in and spend some time with some flower essences and just find the ones that feel good to you. So when you breathe in the essence of particular flower essences, see what feels really good to your body, because you're going to be feeling everything stronger. Yeah, and now it's almost like this emotional healing is part of all this. Can happen really, really fast. With all of these things and lining up with this higher frequency, this will be so much easier, almost automatic, with a life review and a really quick, just getting that snake out of there. One snake, swoop. Yeah, the flower essences can help you a lot. And then we also have another card with children, talking about children. You guys as leaders, children are watching. You can help the children. Now these children that are born today, they come in. They come in with, at this incredibly high frequency already. And while these children here in this particular image look sad, because they're coming into this harsh world with their frequencies already high. So this card is having two meanings. One is that this is another way for you to have the frequency of your body line up faster, is to spend some time with children, because their frequency is already there comfortably. So spend some time with children, spend some time with flower essences, to get yourself to a sacred place on Mother Earth, right? All these things can help your frequency, your body's frequency, line up even faster. So spend some time with children. The other one is that while you're spending time with children, sort of share your wisdom, be a leader, share your wisdom with them. They can benefit from you, your experiences, your frequency as it is, your fiery, beautiful, powerful self, right? The power that you have. People can see it. Children can feel it. Children feel it. They recognize it straight away. This is about you recognizing it within yourself, recognizing it and feeling it within yourself. These children see it. They see you. So to just be around them will help awaken and have some of this healing happen. Just being around these children. Just talk to them. Ask them about their day. Ask them what they think about things. They'll tell you. And they're amazing. Children are amazing. So spend some time with children and you'll be good. Children, flower essences, a sacred space. Pay attention to the moon. Avoid harsh environments. Get out in nature and just breathe. Alright? And you will just be healing millions of people through fear. because you have the power to do it. You have the power. Recognize how powerful you are. And then you're just going to go right into this. They're saying you're just going to go right into this role. Just right into this role as a commander. That's who you are. Yep. Beautiful, Aries. Good reading. I love that. Yeah, very good. Have a wonderful July. Until next time, take really good care of yourselves. I love you guys. Mwah.